Monoprinting is a technique I love to do because I can do it without a press. I can do it right here in the studio. I don't need very many tools to work with it. It's easy cleanup. And I like it because it's like drawing. It's very quick, it's very spontaneous. And also it's kind of a mystery because you can't totally plan it. It is what it is when you pull it off the plate. So I'm going to go through the process a little bit with you. I'm not going to do the whole process because it's a little bit messy. So you have, when you're going to do printing of any kind, but monoprinting in this case, you need to be very clean, which sounds kind of strange because it's such a messy technique. But you have to keep your paper clean. This is a monoprint that I did that's related to one of the paintings in the series that I've been working on. Took the same shape as my label shape in the painting. The colors that you see here are printed, in this case, all together, all at one time. They were all laid in there at one time, and that made it a monotype. That's called the matrix. Then I put the figures in below. Now it's called a monoprint. So it changes from monotype to monoprint, depending on how you work back into the matrix. You want to be totally prepared to do the whole process every step of the way before you begin. The first thing you want to do to set up is to put a pad underneath your work area. In this case, I've got some foam. You could use newspaper as a pad, about a ½ inch thick of newspaper. And then you want to put something clean over it, maybe something that you could even tear off and slip another one on there, because maybe you might get ink on this surface accidentally. A lot of people use these felt pads. They're called blankets, printing press blankets. They use them on large printing presses also. So I can put one of those under here. I'm keeping my paper over that. One of the reasons I do this is because I need to protect my printing plate. The printing plate is glass. I always use glass or plexiglass. It is possible to use any kind of impervious surface, so you could even use a cookie sheet if you wanted to. It's just up to your imagination and the size you want to go. So the first thing I'll do to start is to put down my drawing. And I'm going to lay a printing plate on top of it. I've been using this glass plate. I've covered the edges so that I don't actually accidentally cut myself. I don't want blood on the print. I'm going to lay it carefully on top of the drawing. I'm doing my drawing as a guide. And after I get all the colors on, I would put a piece of paper over this. Now the paper needs to be dampened first. So if you put it in the sink, and I would really almost soak the paper, just for 30 seconds or so. It doesn't take long. You can use various kinds of papers. This one is a smooth paper. This is a high-grade printing paper, like a Reeves paper. I don't use this kind of paper except if I'm going to use a commercial printing press. The smooth paper gives me a better transfer of the ink onto it from the glass. And one other thing you have to always watch when you're printmaking, or always have to consider, I should say, is the fact that your image is always going to be a reverse of what your drawing is. If I put my paper down on here, now this one's the finished one, so you can kind of see, can you get a close-up of it? You can kind of see where, so when you pull it off, you're going to have a reverse image. You can draw with a brush, you can use sprayers. You put the ink on a glass palette first and you would roll it out. There are sprayers of different sizes. It works because the ink is transferred from the plate to the paper. So when you're doing your transfer process, you're using damp paper. And I use my fist a lot of times. This is part of my fist. And I will just make circular motions around like that. Another way to do it is to use this tool called a Baron. which is, it's kind of padded. This portion is kind of padded, and you can get more pressure probably by doing it this way. But either way it will work. When you pull your paper out from the plate, it's always a surprise, and that's one of the fun things about doing monoprint. Kind of paint or ink can be used to do monoprint. It depends on what kind of paper you're using as to what kind of ink you might choose. But I use, a lot of times, I use water-soluble printing ink, which I really like. And another thing I can use is archival oil paint because it mixes with water. When I decide to do monoprinting, what I do is I do monoprinting for like a whole week because the setup for it is specific. I can't be going back and forth between painting and monoprinting because my studio needs the room, and I'm going to show you this. Just come over this way. One of the things about monoprinting is that you have to dry the prints. So it's like wash day. And so I have this hanger here, and I stretch it from here clear over across the room. So it's like I have a clothesline hanging with all my prints on it. And it takes several days for them to dry. So I have to really focus on that printing process when I do a monoprint.